Clyde Industries Coil Pack replaces the old Belleville washer-type live load designs. It uses coil springs to provide the loading to the packing set. The coil springs in the set are designed to maintain the load on the packing for 3 or more times longer than the older conventional designs. The coil pack can also be used as an alternative to seal pack design. Customers whose lockout-tagout procedures prevent the replacement of their seal pack cartridge during the regular packing maintenance will see significant benefits with the coil pack. Please keep in mind that the packing replacement and adjustment in this video might be different than the packing you will be replacing and adjusting. If a leak is detected, the coil pack can be retensioned. If leaks persist, the packing must be replaced. While performing packing replacement, be sure to follow your company's lockout-tagout procedures to shut off electrical power and steam pressure to the soot blower. Before the coil pack assembly is removed, the 4 5/16 18 socket head screws will need to be installed. They must remain in place for the whole procedure as they take the load and hold the assembly's spring pressure. If space is needed to pull the coil pack away from the blower's lower housing, move the carriage assembly forward using the 5/8" hex on the rear of the upper gearbox located above the chain sprocket. Remove the 1/2" hex and jam nuts holding the coil pack to the lower housing spindle and pull the coil pack away from the lower housing. The old packing can now be removed. Install one of the packing seal rings over the feed tube. Make sure to orient the splits in each ring 90 degrees from the split of the one installed before it. After most of the rings are installed, it may be necessary to compress the packing into the bore to fit the remainder of the rings into the cavity. Use the coil pack assembly and nuts to compress the packing rings into the cavity. Remove the nuts and coil pack and install the remainder of the packing. Do not use a screwdriver or any sharp objects to press on the rings. After the packing is installed, slide the coil pack onto the studs. Install and snugly tighten the 1/2" hex and jam nuts. No need to over-tighten. The springs will apply the required force once released. Remove the 4 5/16 18 socket head screws. This allows the spring force to be released against the packing. Retain these socket head screws to use when repacking. If the carriage was moved forward from the rest position, manually retract the carriage until the home limit switch is actuated. Complete any lockout-tagout procedures and return the blower to service. On the first few blowing cycles, the packing will form completely to the cavity and feed tube. It is recommended that the packing rings are retightened about 24 hours after initial install for the longest life of the packing set. After this, inspect and retighten only as necessary to prevent leaks. To do this, just tighten the 1/2" hex and jam nuts evenly. Use the green, recessed area on the coil spring studs as a guide. When the green recessed area of the pins are completely exposed, the coil pack is fully tightened.